Today we're going to take a look at how do I solve a system of equation using elimination with addition. Let's fill in the blanks. To eliminate means to get rid of a variable in a system of equation. Let's look at the first example. Step 1, we're going to make sure equations are written in standard form. Choose a variable to eliminate. So let's take a look. Step 2, look at the equation and see if the coefficient of either variable are opposite. If so, add the equations together and solve for the remaining variable. Let's look at example 1. Solve the system of equations by elimination. We have 3a plus 4b is equal to 2 and 4a minus 4b is equal to 12. So they want us to first look at the equations to see if the coefficients of either variable are opposite. Do you see an opposite? If you say plus 4b and negative 4b, you're correct. So let's go ahead and eliminate the 4b's. Next we're going to do is add. So let's just do simple addition. 3 plus 4a is 7a and 12 plus 2 is 14. One-step equation. Divide both sides by 7. A is equal to 2. That was easy. Let's take a look at step 3. Now we are going to choose one of the original equation so we can substitute the value that you just solved for and plug it into the other variable. So let's go ahead and solve. So just to refresh your memory, here's example 1. And let us look at the first equation. Plug in our variable. We found a. We said a was 2. So we're going to plug in 2 where we see a. So 3 times 2 plus 4b is equal to 2. Let's solve. That will leave us with 3 times 2 is 6 plus 4b is equal to 2. Let's solve. Subtract. We do the inverse operation. Subtract 6 on both sides, leaving us with 4b is equal to negative 4. Now we get to divide both sides by 4 to get b. That will leave us with negative 1. Our final step is we are going to write the solution to the system. So our solution would be 2, negative 1. Hope that makes sense. Okay, let's take a look at example 2. We're going to solve the system of equations by elimination. 3x plus 4y is equal to 19 and 3x plus 6y is equal to 33. So here's what I want you to notice, because we have to look for what? Opposites. So are there any? Did you notice that there are none? So what would we have to do? We would have to find an opposite. So we're going to try to figure out what number can I multiply one of the equations by so that I would have that opposite coefficient. If you say negative 1, you're correct. So we're going to multiply the top equation by negative 1. Let's solve. So we're going to rewrite the system below, and we're going to follow steps 1 through. So 3x plus 4y is equal to 19. 3x plus 6y is equal to 33. That's our original equation. Let's multiply the top equation so we can have an opposite. That will leave us with negative 3x, because negative 1 times 3 will give me negative 3. Negative 1 times 4y will give me negative 4y. And negative 1 times 19 will give me negative 19. Let's just rewrite the second equation so we can line them up. Cross out our opposite, leaving us with negative 4y. Let's eliminate our x variable. In this case, we're going to add or subtract. So let's subtract, which will leave us with 2y is equal to 14. Now we divide both sides by 2, leaving us with y is equal to 7. Looking at the original, so what we're going to do is choose one of the original and plug in our value we just found, which was y is equal to 7. So I'm going to use the bottom equation and substitute in my y value. 3x plus 6 times 7 is equal to 33. When we plug and solve all that information, simplify. 3x is equal to negative 9. Divide both sides by 3. Just found our x value is equal to negative 3. Lastly, we are going to write the solution to the system, which will leave us with negative 3, 7. Hope that makes sense. Remember, you can always pause, rewind, rewatch as many times as you like.